Hi everyone, it's Katie here. Welcome back to another practice. Thank you so much for joining me. I am really happy to have you here. Last time we did a feel-good yoga flow for the hips. So today we're doing feel-good yoga for the shoulders, neck and upper back. This is a beginner-friendly practice, but as always, it can be helpful to have some cushions or yoga blocks nearby if you are a beginner. And all of these feel-good yoga practices are grouped together in one playlist, so you can keep coming back and doing different practices if you enjoy this slow, stretchy style of yoga. We're going to get started today sitting on the mat, so you can come into whatever way is most comfortable for you to sit. As always, you can have that cushion or yoga block to sit up on here to make it a bit easier. So we'll start just by lengthening up the spine, relaxing the shoulders, maybe tucking your chin towards your chest, closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Nothing to do here, but just take the time to arrive to your yoga mat. You might encourage your breath to become a little bit deeper. Loosen your jaw, relax your face. Thanking yourself for showing up and for doing this practice. And thanking your body for being able to get you to your yoga mat. I have a mantra to share with you today. It's a yogic mantra and it's So Hum, and that's a Sanskrit mantra and it means I am that. And I don't even want to explain it too much because I feel it doesn't even need an explanation. I am that, and that's all you have to be. So the way this mantra is used is you breathe in, just thinking the word so, and you breathe out thinking the word hum. You might notice as you breathe in, your breath makes the sound so, and as you breathe out, you make the sound hum. So you might accompany those words to your breath. So hum. I am that. We'll take a few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can gently start to open the eyes again, and we'll make our way into tabletop pose. So we're coming on to all fours. Spreading your fingers wide, keeping your shoulders above your wrists and your knees directly below your hips. Gently pressing yourself away from your mat here. We'll start to work through some cats and cows. As you inhale, point your tailbone up, drop your belly, bring your chest forward, look up. As you exhale, point the tailbone down, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, and drop the head. Inhaling takes you back up, tailbone pointing up again, chest forward, eyes up. Exhale, round down. Keep going here, keeping that connection to your breath. Each inhale taking you up to cow pose. Each exhale rounding you down for cat. And you can keep that mantra with you if you wish, if it's something you resonate with. Each inhale for so, each exhale for hum. If you're here to release tight shoulders, you can always pause when you're in cat pose, and you'll notice the more you press yourself away from your mat, the more of an opening you find through your upper back. We'll start to make our way back to center, back into our tabletop pose. You can bring your hips over towards the left and look back over your left shoulder, releasing the right side of the neck here. So the more you can get those eyeballs back towards your feet, the more of a neck stretch you'll feel. On your next exhale, you can go to the opposite side, hips to the right, look over your right shoulder, release any tightness from the left side of your neck. You might repeat those movements, moving a bit more fluidly from side to side here. As you're looking back to your feet, you might start to gently press the opposite shoulder more forward, just to get a bit deeper of a stretch if that's what your body needs right now. And then we'll make our way back to center. From here, we're coming back to lie on our backs, so you can take your time getting there. Hips in the center of the mat, and really mindfully try to bring yourself back down. We'll take a second here just to lie on the mat in Savasana Pose. So arms and legs are wide apart. Palms are facing up. Connect to your breath again. Let your body completely relax, especially your shoulders here. Bringing yourself slowly back with some gentle movements, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, circling the wrists and ankles. And now we'll set ourselves up for bridge pose. So bring the ankles in underneath your knees, bending your knees here. Reach your hands down towards the back of your heels and then press your lower back into your mat so it's flush to the mat. Lift your hips up. Start to expand your belly with each breath in. Try to touch your chest to your chin without moving your head. You can stay here. If you want to open up the shoulders a little bit more, you can interlock your fingers and then walk one shoulder blade at a time in towards the center of your mat. Now we're not staying here for too long. Take the time to observe everything that's happening in the front and back of your body. One more full breath in. As you exhale, you can start to slowly reverse. Just one vertebrae at a time back to the mat. Sometimes this takes so long, I feel like we don't realize how many vertebrae we have. Eventually, they might all come back to the mat. And then when your hips are down, you can bring your knees up to your chest, wrap the arms around the legs, coming into air releasing pose, giving yourself a really nice hug. Again, thanking yourself for showing up and for taking this time just to sit with yourself. Let's find our breath, noticing how it's harder to get those full belly breaths, but keep working towards them. Maybe reflecting on your So Hum mantra here. I am that. Take your last few breaths in this pose. And then when you're ready, you can take your legs out long again. And we're making our way into fish pose here. So you can start by bringing your feet together and pointing your toes up towards the sky. Palms come face down in underneath the hips. As you inhale, pick your head slowly up to look at your feet, and then you're starting to prop yourself up onto your elbows. Walk your elbows as close to each other as you can get them. Take another big breath in to open up your chest, then slide back slightly, bringing the crown of your head towards the mat. If it doesn't land on the mat, that's okay. As long as you feel comfortable, your head can hover, or you can rest it on a cushion here. We're not staying here for too long, so take advantage of each breath here, opening up your chest, your shoulders, your neck. And this pose will help you to get rid of any blockages that you feel. Take one more big breath in, big breath out, and then on your next exhale, slowly start to reverse, lifting your head back up to find your feet, and then you can remove one hand at a time. Come back down to lie on your back, finding your Savasana pose again. And just letting the dust of that pose settle. Savor your last few breaths here lying on your back. And then start to bring a little bit of movement back into the body. Whenever you're ready, you can gently pick yourself back up, and we're coming to sit on the mat. So you can find whatever way is most comfortable for you to sit. From here, we're coming into eagle arms. So again, really working into the upper back and the shoulders. So you can start by reaching your right arm out in front of you and then push it as far away as you can get it. The left arm swings underneath, and we have two options here. The first option is to hold opposite shoulders. The second option is to take a twist into your arms if you can, so your palms are facing each other. Either version is fine. Yoga always meets you where you are, so don't force yourself into anything that doesn't feel right here. So no matter where you are, you might start to gently lift your elbows up and tuck your chin towards your chest. And we're just going to stay here like this, so you might close your eyes or relax your gaze. Find your breath wherever it is and start to ask it to go a little bit deeper. You'll notice the more you can fill your belly and let the breath rise up into your chest, the more you can feel this pose. With time, your body might start to open up a little bit, and it might invite you to go a bit deeper by lifting your fingers a little higher to the ceiling. And remember to always respect the limitations of your body. There's no point hurting yourself just for the sake of a yoga pose. We'll take one more big breath in here. And as you exhale, you can gently start to undo the pose. Take a little bit of time here just to stretch through your neck, or you might need to circle out your shoulders. And when you're ready, we'll take it to the opposite side. So now your left arm comes out first, push it away, then bring the right arm underneath. Option to hold your shoulders or to twist, palms facing each other. Gently lift the elbows, tuck your chin to your chest, and come back to that silence and that stillness that you had on the opposite side. Finding whatever it is that keeps you here on your mat. It might be your breath or the sensations within your shoulders. It might be that mantra that we mentioned. Again, you might get that invite to go a little bit deeper, maybe lifting the fingers a little higher. Take another big breath in. Exhale to start to undo, and again do whatever feels good for you here to release those poses. And now we're making our way into puppy pose, so you can come to all fours. Your hips will stay directly above your knees. This time your hands are coming closer to the top of your mat. On an exhale, drop your chest down towards the mat, and maybe your forehead will come to the mat as well. And what's important here is to keep those hips directly above the knees. Try not to lean back here as if you were in child's pose. Keeping the hips above the knees will open up your upper back here and your shoulders. Just letting gravity do the work. If this feels too intense, bend your elbows, bringing your hands a little bit closer to you. And we're not going to stay here for too long. Breathe deeply into whatever tightness you feel. Your next inhale can start to lift you back up. We'll walk those hands back in closer to us, and you can come to sit back on the heels now. Keep your knees together and find your child's pose. So hands can be towards the top, they can come back to rest next to your feet. Forehead can come to the mat, or forehead can rest on your hands here. Allow gravity just to melt you down into your mat, feeling your shoulder blades starting to broaden and open up. Your next inhale can gently pick you back up. And then from here, we're making our way to downward facing dog. So hands are coming back towards the front of the mat. Curl your toes, lift your knees, and then start to drag your hips up and back. You can take your time getting into this pose. You might start by paddling your feet, swaying your hips from side to side. And now we're going to find a little bit of stillness within our downward dog. So your fingers are spread nice and wide apart. Feet are about hip distance apart. Knees can stay bent. Start to point your tailbone up towards the sky, releasing your head towards your mat. Your ears might be in line with your biceps. Keep pushing yourself away from your hands and just ask your heels to touch the mat. They probably won't. For most people, they won't. My heels have never touched the mat in this pose, but we're just encouraging them down. Starting to feel that opening within your shoulders and your upper back. Take some really big breaths in to loosen up that tension. Maybe each exhale will help your head to sink a little closer to the mat. On your next exhale, you can gently drop both knees back down to the mat. And then from here, we'll come to lie in Crocodile Pose. So you're coming to lie on the belly. Big toes come together, heels drop out towards the edges of the mat. You can make a pillow with your hands by stacking them on top of each other, and then rest a cheek onto your pillow. And if you're comfy here, you can close your eyes. Allow all the muscles in the back of your body to relax, especially your shoulders. Find your breath or your mantra, and there's nothing to do here, just observe. we'll start to make our way into extended Cobra now. So you can widen out your feet, bring your palms next to your chest. Hands will stay on the mat, so you can gently press your finger pads down. Inhale to peel your upper body up off the mat. Elbows can stay bent here. You can look straight out ahead, or you can look diagonally up. Each breath goes all the way down to your tailbone. We'll only stay here for a few breath cycles. Your next exhale can start to bring you back down with control. We'll come back into Crocodile Pose, big toes finding each other again. And this time, rest your opposite cheek onto your pillow. So you'll be looking the other way now. Just helping to open up both sides of the neck. We'll bring ourselves back now, and this time we're coming into Locust Pose. So the feet can widen out again and your arms will come down alongside your body. Have your palms facing up. This time, inhale to peel your head and chest up off the mat, pressing your fingers down towards your feet. Feet can stay as they are, or they can come to hover up off the mat. And if you want to open up your shoulders a little bit more, you could interlock your fingers and then gently press your fist down towards your feet, slowly pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Each inhale lifts you up slightly higher, and then try not to drop down through your exhale. Just a few seconds here. We'll start to come back down with control, dropping your hands next to your chest and then slowly bringing yourself back into Child's Pose. We'll keep the knees together again. That will help to round your spine. Hands can come to the feet or to the top of the mat. And again, here as you bring your awareness inward, just let gravity do what it can do to reset your body, to help everything open up again. Inhale to pick yourself slowly back up. We'll come to sit with our legs out long in front of us, and we'll make our way into a half-spinal twist. So you can bring your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Left leg can stay long, or you can bend the left knee too. So your left foot is somewhere beside your right hip. Both seat bones are pressed into the mat here, so wiggle around until you can feel them. Bring your right hand in behind your tailbone, and then that right arm will prop up your spine. Inhale to reach the left hand up. Exhale to rotate towards the right, hooking your elbow to your knee, and then slowly starting to look behind you. Each inhale lengthens your spine. Each exhale helps you to twist a little bit deeper. We'll start to make our way back to center, undo everything. Shake out the legs if you need to. And then we're going to the opposite side, so the left foot comes to the outside of the right knee, right leg can stay long, or you can bend. I'll bend. Then we're checking that both of our seat bones are pressed into the mat, left hand in behind, right arm reaching up. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist, slowly rotating to look behind us. So you might really bring your awareness to that gentle twist within your shoulders and your neck. And this is what I call the dishcloth pose. You're gently wringing away any excess, any tension that's not needed. You can start to make your way back to center. I'm always reluctant to stop that pose. It feels so good, but it's only recommended to do it for about 30 seconds to a minute. So when you're ready, you can make your way back to your seat, whatever is most comfortable for you. We'll end with a few neck stretches. So you might just drop your right ear over your right shoulder. Close your eyes if that feels okay. Breathe deeply into the left side of your neck. And if you want to go a bit further, you can always take that right hand up to your left ear. Inhale to pick your head back up, and then exhale to tilt the left ear over the left shoulder. Again, left hand might come just to rest on that right ear. We're not putting any extra pressure on the head. Inhale to release. This time we're going to bring our right hand in between the shoulder blades. So as far up as you can get it, just nestle it in there between the shoulder blades. Then you're bringing your left arm in front of your body, and it might come to hold this right elbow. So you're just gently pulling the right elbow forward, and then you might start to feel that opening within your right shoulder. Big breaths in here. Again, I'm reluctant to stop this pose. It feels so good, but we'll try keep this video under 40 minutes. So let's release, and then we're repeating. Left hand finding its way in between the shoulder blades. Right arm comes to hold it. And just drop into whatever you feel here. And we'll start to release. This time just resting the hands wherever they want to be. If you need to take a few seconds to release your neck or your shoulders again, feel free to do that. Then we'll take a few silent moments here just to close out our practice. So for the last time, bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale, maybe hearing so. Exhale, hearing hum. I am that. That in which you are is 100% perfect, 100% enough. Whenever you're ready, you can start to open your eyes again. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I really love having you here. If you enjoyed this video, as always, I appreciate it if you can leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. I'd love to practice with you again in the future. And if you have any mantras, please let me know in the comments below. I am a big fan of quotes and mantras, so I'd love to hear if you are too, and I'd love to share them more, maybe incorporate them more into our practices together. And if you do want to chat and hang out with me on the internet, I did just start a Facebook community group. So if you want to join, I'll leave a link to that in the description of this video. And it's just a place where we can keep in touch, and you're welcome to ask questions there. I'd be happy to support you with your yoga practice through that group. So until next time, have a great day and goodbye.